All right, this is part 2. This is checking our work when we're adding and subtracting decimals. So the beautiful thing about math is that most frequently we can check our answers by doing the opposite thing. And in math, the opposite thing is what we call the inverse operation. So we can check our addition problems by using the opposite, which is subtraction. And we can check our subtraction problems by using addition. So let's go ahead and solve this addition problem, and we'll check with subtraction. So I have 856 and 493 thousandths plus 382 and 58 hundredths. Now I'm going to need a zero placeholder to make sure I have all the same number of digits and place values. 3, 7, 0, 9, bring that decimal straight down, 3, 12. Okay, so I suspect that my answer is 1,239 and 73 thousandths. Let's go ahead and check. So when we're checking our work with addition problems, we're going to take the sum, which is the answer. And I'll go ahead and label all these parts. So we're going to take the sum, and we're going to subtract one of the addends. It doesn't matter which one. This is an addend, and this is an addend. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take the sum and we're going to subtract an addend, and we need to get the other addend. So you can pick. You can take the sum and subtract the bottom number. You need to make sure you get the top number, or you can take the sum and you can subtract the top number, make sure you get the bottom number. So let's go ahead and check our work now. So I'm going to take my sum, which was 1,239 and 73 hundredths. I'm going to subtract, let's take the bottom number, 382 and 58 hundredths. And I'm hoping to get back to the top number. I need to regroup here. I regroup again. 17 minus 8 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. 6, regroup. 13 minus 8 is 5, regroup. 11 minus 3 is 8. 856 and 493 matches up with my other addend, so I know I'm correct. Let's do another example where we check a subtraction problem. So we have 483 and 275 thousandths minus 37 and 27 hundredths. I'm going to go ahead and add a zero placeholder. 0, 0, regroup. $446 and 5 thousandths. I'm going to go ahead and check my work, but let's talk about how we check our work. So with subtraction, our answer is what we call the difference. The top number is what we call the subtrahend, and the bottom number is the minuend. Now, I'm not going to require that you necessarily memorize these words, but I do need you to understand the process of how we check our work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our difference, our answer, and we are going to add the minuends, the bottom number. And we need to make sure we get to the top number, the subtrahend. So that's how we're going to check our work. So let's go ahead and do that. So my difference, I got 446 and 5 thousandths, and to that I will add the bottom number, the minuend. I'm hoping to get the top number. $483 and 275 thousandths, and that matches up with the number I started with, so I know I'm correct. The last one I'll work through together with you. Now, this doesn't have a decimal. Was that a typo? Absolutely not. Think about this as money. That's $25 minus $1.39. We can absolutely do that. Kids get thrown off when they don't see a decimal. Just add a decimal and some zeros. We're going to subtract, okay? I go next door, there's nothing to borrow, so I go one more over. that becomes a 10. I'm going to start all over. I'm going to borrow from the 10. That becomes a 9. This becomes a 10. 1, 6, 23 and 61/100ths. I'm going to go ahead and take my answer. I'm going to add it to the number I subtracted. I'm hoping I get back to the top number, 25, which I started with, so I know I'm correct.